George Washington University might be that university you've been looking for to relocate to the US in a few months and position yourself for better career opportunities. Why? Because they've made it very easy for you to apply. They give application fee waivers, they waive tests like TOEFL, IELTS, and GRE. They don't require official or evaluated transcripts. They also give scholarships to international students, and this is for both bachelor's degree and HND holders. Now, all of this doesn't come automatically. So in this video, I'll show you the steps that you should take so you can be among the few international students that qualify for $72,000 worth of scholarships after writing no test and paying no application fees. Let's start off by learning how to get application fee waivers. So this is their graduate application page, and if we just click on application fee, as I said, it's not automatic. You can see that there's an $80 application fee which you can pay by credit card or by check. But then the things I'll be showing you in this video, we won't have to pay anything for this application fee. Personally, I like applying to universities like this where you have to do something to get the application fee waiver, because the competition is lesser and the chances of getting admission and scholarships is much higher. Other students will come to this website and after seeing the $80, they will leave, meaning we have fewer people to compete against. If we compare this to the universities that take no application fees, the whole world is applying there and the competition is much more. But getting an application fee waiver here is easy and it only takes 2 steps. So see here, they said the application fee is waived for all of this, and a lot of this we don't qualify for it. We are not a GW alumni, we are not a current student and US military, all of that. But then they said we don't waive fees based on financial need. However, applicants who attend specific online information sessions may occasionally be offered a fee waiver code which they can type into the section of the application. This is the strategy that we will use. So step 1 is to attend the information session. So this is the information sessions page, and we are seeing a list of program specific information sessions. So every single program that is written here has their own information session, and the beautiful thing about it is that it's online, so you can attend from wherever country you're watching this from. So if you're in anthropology, for example, October 21st, you mark this in Eastern time, not your country's time, Eastern time. So you check what this is in your country and you plan to attend. If you are in biological sciences, October 24th. If you're in chemistry, there are even 2 options, October 23rd, November 21st. If you are in criminology, October 8th, October 23rd. And most of these things are still in October, they are still upcoming. Media and strategic communication, October, January, and December. Political science, October. So step 1, we attend this information session. Step 2, during this session, you can request for an application fee waiver code. A couple of times they will share it automatically, like as a way of rewarding everyone that attended the session. So here's the waiver code, all of you that came, you can use it to apply. But if they don't do that, during the Q&A session, you can ask, are application fee waiver codes available for students that are excited about this program? Then if we go back to this page, we see how to use the fee waiver code. So if you attended the session, you've gotten it. Now make sure you're applying before the deadline. So because you have waiver code does not mean you apply anytime you want. Make sure it's before the deadline. And how you use it is you complete the application first, you fill in the whole application form until it's showing 99% complete, and then you click the blue review application button, click save and pay. Then under choose payment method, you now select request a waiver. So you have to actually act as if you are going to pay, but you have a code which you are paying with, in quote. So you enter the code, and after 2 business days they waive it, and you go back and hit submit. You have to go back and complete the submission process. Now we've saved $80. Let's look at how to get test waivers so that we can save more money. Starting with English test. If you meet certain requirements, you can easily save number 1, the reading time it takes to prepare for this test. Number 2, $182 if you're writing the TOEFL from Nigeria, or $235 if you're writing it in Ghana. Now we're here in the international graduate applicants page, and let's scroll down straight to English language proficiency, which is our focus. Grad students who have not completed the post blah 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 are required to submit those tests. Now applicants applying to graduate program may have their English proficiency waived if they have earned that degree from an institution located in a country where English is the sole language of instruction. So there are several things here. You see the minimum score, but the major focus is here, English language text exemption. So there are countries and there are specific institutions. Most likely you'll see your own on that country. If you hold or will by the time you begin studies at GW, a bachelor's, master's or doctoral degree from one of the countries listed below, you are not required to submit the Duolingo or the forms of English test. So here we can see Barbados, several countries, Cameroon, we can see Gambia, Ghana, we can see Ireland, Jamaica, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, New Zealand, Nigeria, and then there's also South Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe. If you got your first degree from any of these countries, then there's no need to write the English test. IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, none of them. That's $235 extra saved if we're writing a TOEFL in Ghana, making the total so far $315. If you like the amounts that this video is saving for you, then you can show YouTube by smashing the like button below so that you know that this video is helpful. And if it's your first time here, please consider hitting the subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I post videos that will help you transition and thrive in the US. Before we talk about getting GRE waivers, let me quickly show you that they don't require official transcripts. Now we are back to the application requirements page, and if we just click on transcript, you can see the instructions here. So a transcript is required from each college and university attended, regardless of whether or not the degree was completed. Your uploaded transcript must meet the following requirements: be legible, complete, include your name, courses, be in English, and all of this. The fact that you're uploading it while you're applying means it's unofficial. So you would have gotten it from the school. Of course, it's not transcript that you wrote yourself, but you've gotten it from the school. It has the school stamp and everything, and you're uploading it yourself. So this already is unofficial transcript, which they clearly said here. So we prefer that you scan a copy of your official transcript and upload the scanned copy to your application. So what do they mean by official and unofficial? Official is a transcript that is sent directly to the school in a sealed envelope from your university, which is not what is happening now. You're the one that is uploading it yourself. So we take that as unofficial. An unofficial transcript is a transcript that's been in the hands of the student, such as an online printout of your academic history or a printed transcript that has been opened. Now, for international students, if you study internationally, you may need to provide supplemental documentation with your transcript. However, an English translated copy of your transcript is sufficient at the time of application. So if your transcript is in English, you were from one of those countries where the language of instruction is English, then you don't need to do any extra thing. External evaluations like WES or international transcripts are welcome but not required. So they don't even require WES evaluation. Once you've gotten your transcript from your school, you can easily just upload it here when you're applying. Now, these instructions are for bachelor's degree holders and not for HND holders. For HND holders, you need to take one extra step and you can comfortably apply to this university and every other university in the US without stress. So what's that extra step? It's right here, right in front of us. This external evaluations are welcome but are not required. They are not required for people with a bachelor's degree, but for you that has an HND, it is required. The US doesn't really understand the HND degree, the HND transcript, but if you do this evaluation and you convert it to the format that they understand, you're good to go. Now, I know that evaluation can be expensive, but the good news is that you only have to do it once. And when you've done it once, you can submit it to every school, every US university that you're applying to, and they understand your degree. If you want to get more tips like this that you don't see online, then you want to check out my Scholarship Accelerator course. It has everything you need to get graduate scholarships in the US. The link is in the description below. Now, let's talk about GRE waivers. Now, we all know that the exam can be expensive. That's $220. And it takes a lot of time and mental effort to prepare for. Personally, I recommend it as a way to strengthen your application, but you might not need it if your application is already strong with your CGPA and your work experience. And the good news is a lot of programs here don't even require it. For example, this is Department of Economics. This is a master's in applied economics. And if we scroll down to their requirements, we can see all those things about GPA and several things here, but this is our focus. We do not require GRE scores, so that all applicants are treated in the same manner. We do not refer to GRE scores when reviewing applications, and choosing not to submit them will not affect our review of your application. Let's see two other programs. So this is Masters in Media and Strategic Communication, and if we scroll down to the application application requirements. You see application overview here. They said the GRE General is not required. However, if you feel your GRE scores will strengthen your application, you are welcome to submit them. Let's check another one. Now, this is finance. Masters of Finance, and you can see here deadline fall April 1st, February 1st for priority fellowship consideration. We'll talk about this very soon. Now on here, GRE is not required, and you can see other requirements for this program. So that's $535 saved so far. Really nice. All the links to all the pages covered today are in the description below. Now let's talk about getting scholarships so that you don't waste your time and your energy applying to this university, and then after you get admission, you cannot do anything about it because there was no scholarship attached. I've experienced that before, and trust me, it's not a wonderful place to be. The admission news comes with so much excitement, and after a while, it just becomes sadness because there's no money to actually study. Now let's look at the several funding opportunities that they have available for prospective students like ourselves. So scrolling down, how to apply for awards. Now funding options for new graduate students. There are several here. Dean's Award, Global Leaders Award, Graduate Awards. You see several of them here. You can check them out later to see which one of them you qualify for. But my main focus is here. So it says some programs have additional funding available in the form of tuition fellowships and graduate assistantships. Applicants will be considered at the time of admission review. So as you're applying for admission, you are automatically being considered for GA. Graduate assistantship positions may be available in a given semester based on the teaching needs in the department, so you check with the relevant department or program. Now, why do I want to focus on graduate assistantships? Because they can cover your tuition and living expenses like your feeding, your rent, and everything required to be moderately comfortable. Now, see something interesting. If you look at this Global Leaders Award, let's say you applied for this and you qualified for it, so you were granted. Global Leaders Award provides a renewable tuition award of up to $10,000 per academic year to eligible international applicants. So this is for international students, and the deadline to be considered is February 1st for fall semester and for spring October 1st. So you apply for this, you're a global leader, and then you get $10,000 per academic year. What would $10,000 do for you? See, this is tuition and living expenses. All programs not listed. So let's just use this amount here. As an international student, you'll be required to take 9 credits at least every semester for you to remain in status. This is $18,180 per semester, which is $36,360 per year because it's 2 semesters, fall and spring, that makes 1 year. So you're getting that leaders award of $10,000. That's just a drop of water in the ocean. But if you get graduate assistantships, they can cover this. So how do we get graduate assistantships? Now, looking at this assistantships page, let's just scroll down. We see 3 types: academic, instruction related, and research assistantships. Yes, this is what we're looking for. Assistantship awards are usually made for the full academic year. Responsibilities vary, where you have to work like 20 hours per week. Now, the compensation varies as well. All graduate assistantships are paid a monthly salary. So this is the stipend that you use to handle your living expenses. Assistantship salary payments amount may vary by school, department. In addition to receiving the salary, some graduate assistants may also receive a stipend or tuition coverage. So it has the ability to cover your tuition. Now, how do we obtain an assistantship position? All assistantships are offered and managed directly by departments. If you're interested in obtaining an assistantship, please reach out to your department to inquire about current assistantships availabilities. So it's managed by the department, and that's where we'll be doing our inquiries. So let's look at the mathematics department, for example. But what I'm sharing with you today is not just limited to this department alone. It applies to all departments. So if you see here, they have 3 programs: MA in Maths, MS in Applied Maths, and PhD in Mathematics. We are in the MS in Applied Maths. The first thing that I want you to see, which I mentioned earlier, is the application deadline. So it's April 1st. So if you apply March 31st, March 30th, March 15th, you still get a response. February 28th, you still get a response. But if you're interested in GA, in scholarships, then this is when you are aiming for. February 1st for scholarship applicants. And they only do fall admission only. So the first thing is there's usually an early deadline for people that want to be considered for scholarships. And you have to take note of that. The second thing you need to do is that you need to find and ask the program coordinator in this program if they have funding available for you. So let's do that together. Let's look for who the program coordinator is. If we open this in a new tab, And then we see here, this is the chair, this is the deputy chair. Let's just go down. This is for undergraduate contact. Then graduate advisors. This is the program coordinator. So you can send him an email if you're interested in mathematics department. Every department has theirs. You send the person an email declaring your interest and asking for available funding. If you submit a strong application and you get a full GA, you can save about $36,360 per year. And if your program is 2 years, as a lot of the programs here are, that's over $72,000 that you're saving, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, making our total money saved so far $73,255. I hope you're as excited as I am about this university. Now, these graduate assistantships will not come automatically. Several students from different countries will also be applying. That means you must submit a strong application to stand out. So watch this video next, where I show you how to submit a strong application step by step, so you can land yourself a graduate assistantship. I'll see you over there.